So if you've clicked on this video, then you've been here. You've been posting consistently for a while. Every morning you check your YouTube analytics and you silently punch the air when you've got a couple more subscribers than you did yesterday. And you're feeling so good, it's all going so well, until one morning you log into YouTube Studio and you've lost subscribers. It can sometimes happen when you've just posted a new video or just randomly out the blue. And the first thing most people do is they start overthinking. You start thinking that your content sucks, then you start feeling like a failure and you want to quit YouTube altogether. So before you go down that path, what if I told you that losing subscribers on YouTube can actually be a good thing? And the reason for that is the quality of subscribers on YouTube is way more important than the quantity. I know it's an old saying, quality is better than quantity, but it's true when it comes to YouTube subscribers, and we're going to look at why. So to understand this, we need to look at what actually happens behind the scenes when you publish a video to YouTube and how YouTube decides how far to push that video. So in the old days, before we had social media, we had social networks and everything was centered around followings. So you published a piece of content and all the people that were following you would see your content and be able to interact with it. But these days with social media, everything is more discovery orientated and we're not in this follow culture anymore. So when you post a video to YouTube, several things are happening behind the scenes that determine how far that's going to get pushed out. So let's look high level at what YouTube is doing behind the scenes when you hit publish on that video. What it's not doing is showing your video to every single one of your subscribers. What YouTube is going to start out doing is testing your video and a small subset of viewers to see what the response is like, to see if they engage, to see if they watch it all the way through, to see if they give it likes and comments. And this stage of a video's life is crucial in determining whether that gets pushed out to a wider audience or not. If it sees positive results, it's going to try and find new viewers that fit the same profile as those viewers who reacted positively to your video and show it to them. And if they engage with the video, then the scope gets widened, and that's how you get discovery on your content. That's how you get organic growth. So you may be thinking, sure, well, doesn't that mean that the more subscribers I have, the more growth I get, so losing subscribers is a bad thing? And that kind of makes sense, but remember what we said about quality over quantity. So the first thing we need to ask is, who are those subscribers that we're losing? When you see people drop off and unsubscribe from your channel, it's likely to be one of two things: either a bot account, which had no value in the first place, or just someone who's just not interested in your content and they're not going to engage in anything that you produce. It could be they subscribed on a whim on some video you did ages ago, but the general content that you create just doesn't land with them, and that's fine. So why is it a good thing if they unsubscribe? Well, let's do some real back of the napkin maths. So let's say you have a channel that has 1,000 subscribers. Now we know when you upload a video, YouTube is going to test that video with a subset of your subscribers. Now we don't have an exact figure for this, but for the sake of argument, let's call it 20%. Let's say YouTube is going to test your video with 20% of your subscriber base to get some initial feedback. It might not and probably not be 20%. It could be higher, it could be lower, or it could vary. But for the sake of this argument, we're just going to say 20%. So 20% of the 1,000 people that are subscribed to your channel gives us 200 potential viewers to test this video against. If half of that test audience actually watches your video and engages, that sends great signals to YouTube. That's 100 people engaging with the video. And YouTube's going to use that information that half of the test audience reacted positively to that video to determine whether to push that video further or not. So now let's assume that 250 of your 1,000 subscribers are either bot accounts or people that just aren't interested in your content. They're not going to click on your videos. They're not going to give you any watch time. It's not that they don't like you, it's just your content doesn't resonate with them. But that's 25% of your subscriber base. Now, it may be nice to see that nice flashy number on your channel that says you've got 1,000 subscribers, but what actually happens to the math here? So if we go back to the 20% and those 200 people watching your videos, 50 of them we already know aren't interested, or they're just bot accounts anyway, so they're not going to give any positive feedback to your video. So your video really only has the possibility to get positive feedback from 150 actual viewers, or people that actually stand a chance of clicking on the video. And if we follow our really crude estimates and just say that half of them click on the video and engage with it and give some good signals back to YouTube, that's 75 viewers giving good signals on a video. But, and here's the key thing, that's only 38% of the overall test pool. So 38% is what YouTube will see as the result of that initial testing round. So now let's do the same math and assume that YouTube's done a bit of house cleaning and has removed some bot accounts, so you've seen those unsubscribe from your channel, and all the people that are just disinterested with your content have unsubscribed, so those 250 people are gone. So now you're left with just 750 subscribers, which may not give you such a warm fuzzy feeling as 1,000, but the key thing to remember here is that the subscriber count may be lower, but the quality, the overall quality of your subscriber pool is a lot higher now. So using the same numbers that we picked out the air earlier, we'll run the same test, which will be 20% of your subscriber base, which is now 150 potential viewers. And by the same logic, let's say that half of those give positive feedback. That's the same number of viewers, but the key thing to remember here is that that represents 50% of the overall test pool rather than the 38% we had before. So sure, we've got the same number of people actually being shown the video, but the percentage of those people that give positive signals back to YouTube is higher. So as I said, this really is back of a napkin maths. I've just taken some figures to demonstrate the point, but it doesn't matter what these percentages and what these figures are, the general principle is the same. Having an overall smaller number of subscribers is better if the percentage of those who might engage and give positive feedback to your videos is greater. So this comes back again to quality over quantity when it comes to YouTube subscribers. So next time you log into YouTube Studio and see that you've lost a few subscribers overnight, don't panic, don't start going down a negative path. Just remember, it could be just YouTube doing some house cleaning and getting rid of some bot accounts, or just some people who are never going to watch your content anyway, who are now not in your test pool when YouTube's trying to determine what to do with your videos. So while it can be hard to look at your stats going down when you're trying to make them go up, just try and remember that actually it's a good thing. And if you've got this far in this video, then I don't think you're a bot account, and you might be slightly interested in my videos, so why not hit that subscribe button and make mine go up a little bit. Until next time.